Until now, we saw different aspects of innovation, digitalization in the retail part. But as you know, there is a lot of different aspects. Um, Let me take a quote. In my opinion, the innovation, the digitalization is so funny, so attractive, and find new way to do something is always a better idea. Is always something discover something new. But sometimes for some market, we need to do a step back. This step back help us to try to think in another way how to use something that already have in our mind, we have in our hand, and try to reshape and try to find a new way to use. Um, Let me a briefly introduction of myself. So I started to work in digital, unfortunately, more than 10 years ago. I started in a web agency where the digital, let me say, I come from Italy. So, and I started when no one know about digital, know about search engine. And most of the people told me, but why you doing this? What you are doing for life? You are playing a game on PC. But now the thing has changed, and the most important point, and the digital becoming real. Always thanks also, I'm sorry about this, to the pandemic part. And I started with the retail, more common retail, the fashion luxury. And now almost 3 years ago, I completely changed the side and I joined in a pharma company. I don't know who of you are familiar with the pharma market. Okay. Pharma market is completely different from the normal retail, the fashion retail. So I completely need to review what I learned during the past 10 years of my experience in terms of compliance, in terms of regulatory, in terms of approach, because there is something that you cannot change, and after we will see. I don't know if one of you know about MENARINI, the company where I work. I think that here in Germany is known in a different way, that is called Berlin Chemie. Sorry for the pronunciation. And today I would like to share with you how we centralized our digital properties, how we create the contents for a more personalized experience. We touched the base about personalized experience in the speech before. Thanks, Wolfgang. And how we start the omni-channel approach. Because in fashion, the omni-channel approach is common. We buy online, we pick up in store, we try in store, and we receive the goods in our home. This is not common in pharma market. But as I can see, most of you don't know about the pharma market. So let me briefly introduce what is the pharma market in Europe is. Pharma market is a very huge opportunity. We are speaking about not RX pharma, so the ethical pharma, so what your doctor subscribed to you, but we are talking about healthcare. Healthcare is something more related to the final customer. So when you enter in the pharmacy and you take by yourself the product, you select by yourself the product. And as you can see from this chart, the possibility of the healthcare market is incredible because it's growing very well. It's growing very well, but the market is completely changed. The boost is due to the pandemic part because we are speaking about in 2019 we're talking about just healthcare. Now the market is becoming well-being, something that becoming completely different. For this reason, we are generating something new. We need to change our approach. But why we need to generate our approach? Because people are changing and people are approaching our product differently. Because before we enter in the pharmacy, we go to the pharmacist, ask to the pharmacy about advice or information about product, and we select our product. Now also the pharmacy, the brick and mortar, is changing their structure, is changing their environment in order to be more closer to the ZDO. So in order to keep the consumer more time in the pharmacy and increase the number of product that the final customer will buy. But let me also introduce our customer, because at the beginning, for the pharma company, the customer is something different. So when I joined in MENARINI, I thought, okay, my customer is the people that select the product. This is not true, because the main important customer for us is the pharmacist, because at the end of the discussion is the pharmacy that buy the product of my company. And this create a sort of barrier, because depending why the pharmacy buy my product, depending of a lot of things. And I need to convince the pharmacy to put my product on the shelf. And this is one of the main points. After we had the pandemic, this change, because now we need to convince the customer to buy my product. But I not only need to convince him one time, I need to create loyalty. I need to create a lifetime more longer. I need to be a sort of top of mind. And this is one of the main pain point for us. So when the customer enter in the pharmacy, they don't know what they need, and they select the product just for two reasons. One point is the advice of the pharmacy. The second point is the price. And we discussed before about the price. For us, the price is another good challenge, because, for example, now that the e-commerce channel is growing a lot, the price is the first reason why a customer select one product instead of another. So we need to start to work not only with the pharmacist, but we need to convince the final customer. But before to do this, when I joined in MENARINI, I found different problems to create this point, because I am part of the corporate team, so I manage the digital part of all the European country and part of other rest of the world, and we had a lot of point to discuss because we had different approach for all the countries. We have different properties with different platform. We have that some country doesn't care about final customer, so we need to reinforce the centralization of the approach, something that you mentioned before. So one single software, one single approach for all the country. So this helped us to starting to connect the dots. Why to connect the dots? Because we need to think more related to not only the field force that join to the pharmacy to convince them to buy our product, but we need to start to convince and to create a collaboration, a sort of discussion with the final customer. This we started from the basic. We started to create a main platform that helped all the country to work together in the same way. Another big point for us it was that I heard this morning, to create a common culture across all the country and all the department. So the digital in this case helped to create also a sort of common vocabulary in order to share the information, the experience, the best case, to grow all together. But the most important point is to design a unified infrastructure in order to collect the data. That is something that we saw a lot of time, and especially to collect personalized data, personal data of our customer, because as we said before, most of the retail don't know who is the final customer, and for the more common pharma company, this is more difficult because we have a layer more, the pharmacy that they sell to the final customer. So what we design is a infrastructure for all the country that collect information for the user. And why we started to collect this data? Of course, as I said from the title, to create a content strategy, because we don't need just to promote a product. We need to answer to the question, to the doubts, to our customer, because in this moment they doesn't matter about the brand. The brand is in pharma is less important. We need to fill out a need. You have an headache, you would like more power during the summertime. So we need to create a content strategy for a different type of need, for different kind of product in different country. All of them has different needs. And this is possible just with the data analysis. And the data analysis helped us not only to create content for different channel, because we create content for our own digital property, the digital campaigns, the also the offline campaigns, in order to be to have the same approach across the different channels. So we generate a double content strategy, one dedicated to answer to the question of our final user, another one for the pharmacist, in order to analyze their behavior and answer better and better, improving our relationship with them, and through marketing automation, through our also the sharing with our field force, we create always better new content that answer every time better their question. And also we identify different KPI, because the KPI is the main focus in order to understand if we are going in the right way. The KPI is something that can be structured through the data. So we can select by the channel, something that we saw this morning. And will change the content strategy, will change our approach following the fluctuation of our KPIs, main KPIs. The main point is we create a dashboard for the different level of the company in order to provide the KPI following the department and the needs of that specific figures. The last point is the personalization. So we completely personalized the approach in terms of content that the pharmacist, that the final user can find in our digital properties. This helped them to find their answer very fast. And following their behavior in our digital property or with our digital campaign, we can collect more data and create more sophisticated advertising campaign. So let me conclude how this framework of process optimized our cost and create an impressive journey. This example is quite simple. First of all, we have the same approach for all the countries, all our countries. As you can understand, we develop from the top to the bottom the same content, and this be more cost saving. And also, we started with an omnichannel approach. This means that the information about the behavior of our customer, of our final customer, we share also with the field force, and the field force can use to be more proactive, to be more attractive when they meet the pharmacist or the doctor, because they know perfectly what they're looking for. Thank you so much for your time, and I know that I ran a lot and I finished a little bit earlier. Yeah.